Hello, dear beloved tribe. I am more excited to be here than you could possibly know because it feels like an eternity since I have been live in this group, and it's not for lack of desire. It has simply been a very, very busy time, but also a very joyful time where I was overseas for my 40th birthday, and now I am back, and I now have an 11-year-old son, and I'm now on the way to Christmas, which, as you know, I love you like Christmas, so that is obviously one of my favorite times of the year. And really everything about this time of the year makes me feel expanded and joyful and really kind of, yeah, just ready for this new energy. I love the summertime. I love all of this kind of new life and new energy, and that fits perfectly into what I want to talk about today. This mini masterclass is a little bit of an announcement, and I guess I kind of have challenged myself to say what I'm about to say out loud, because I realized yesterday that my mission, my personal mission, has kind of up-leveled or gone to another level. And whilst I still, am the principal of the Institute for Intuitive Intelligence, and intuitive intelligence is everything, I have realized that the way that I want to talk about it and the way that I want to share it has really moved to a whole new level. So I kind of want to do two things today. One is I want to talk about what it is now for me. The Institute's mission is to lead the revolution in excellence in the intuitive sciences. And my personal mission has been, always very aligned with that. Of course, you can't sort of have a creation that isn't aligned with your own personal mission. But I have recognized, an expansion going on, and I'm so excited about it. But the other part I want to share is kind of coming from that, perhaps more kind of spiritual entrepreneur perspective of what do you do when you realize your mission has changed, or the thing that you have built and created, your work, your offer. And my institute is my offer to the infinite. It's my act of service, it's my Kanangsari to God. And what happens if you kind of wake up one day, or over a series of months or even years, realize that what began your purpose is, and what your mission is, and what you've kind of staked your claim on, has evolved and grown into something else? Is that a cause for panic? And of course, I'm going to share with you today what I believe is actually just evolution, and evolution is inevitable. And if you are on a spiritual path and you're stuck or stagnant, then it's highly unlikely that you're actually on that spiritual path. If everything remains the same, then there's a good chance you're not on the path. You're actually paying lip service to the path, because change is inevitable. This infinite field of which we're all a part is encoded with information. That information is constantly downloading into us, and we are constantly evolving and shifting in response to the evolution of all. So our individual path is wedded, of course, the first law, the law of mentalism, all is one, to the infinite one mind. And as we evolve as a consciousness, our individual consciousness, our individual life path is going to evolve also. So for me, my life in this institute and the work that I've offered so far has always been about changing the conversation about intuition. And that's because intuition has been kind of co-opted by the New Age movement, and it's lost its power. It's caught up in the trinkets and superstitions of oracle cards and pendulums. And so with my incredible, team of masters and incubators and my third level priestesses, what I have wanted to serve, or how I've wanted to serve the world, is to show the world that intuition is in fact your innate sixth sense. It is your superpower, and without question, it is not a gift. It is just your birthright. And in fact, until we reclaim that birthright, we simply cannot know who we truly are. We're blind. We're blind to ourselves. And when we begin to merge and marry with our intuitive intelligence, when we begin to live from our non-dominant senses, when we begin to move into our spiritual sight, then everything changes in our life, and we can see the map of our life from a perspective that is not so personal. We can see things archetypally, and we can begin to see the deeper meaning. We take ourselves out of it in that kind of personal, oh my God, why is this happening to me? And we can see how the bigger play of consciousness as a collective is unfolding. So what has happened for me in the last few weeks, when I attend a lot of masterclasses with my third level priestesses and with my postgrads, and I do the activities with them, and there's been a number of activities where it's like, write down your 5 words. What do you do in 5 words or less? And for me, it's always been about leading the revolution in excellence in the intuitive sciences. That's not 5 words, but you get my meaning. And training women as spiritual leaders. And those 2 things don't change. But now I realize something greater, something deeper, and something that is so big that even though I try not to say it out loud because I feel like I might be confusing things, the words are coming out. And that's kind of what this is today, is like, I cannot sit on this anymore. And it's probably going to be like announcing, to make a reference to Little Britain, that I'm the only gay in the village. It's like this idea that you're all going to hear this and go, yeah, that's just what you were doing. But it's so important for me to claim it and for me to say it out loud, because it's everything. And it's the only thing that I want to do now, because intuition is a symptom of it. Spiritual leadership is a symptom of it. And I've realized, I don't want to be just stopping at the markers on the road. I want to get to that point, that zenith, that pinnacle. And for me, it is this. I teach people to know that they are God. And that's it. There's nothing else bigger or more juicy or more joyful for me than that. And I hope that announcement is like, I'm the only gay in the village. I hope you're all like falling off your chair going, how bloody obvious, Ricky. You talk about God all the time. But I guess I just really wanted to own it and say it, that doesn't change what I do. It doesn't change the third level. It doesn't change my training programs, but it's helped me identify the true freaking purpose of all of that. I don't want you to just turn on your intuition so that you can sit there in your regular shitty life, having low spiritual self-esteem, not loving yourself, not feeling good about your world, not knowing that you are a consciousness engineer and that you can change your reality. I love that the burst of emojis then was just spectacular. And there was some laughter, so I'm glad you're laughing at me. But I want you to know that the reason you go towards your intuition, the reason you go towards any of your spiritual seeking, is to remember that you are God. And it matters not what that word God means to you right now. Eventually you'll get over it and you'll reclaim that word. It is infinite intelligence. That is it. You are unlimited consciousness, God consciousness. And everything I do is about showing the men and women who I have the great privilege of serving that that is their true nature. And I guess that's really, this is me sort of saying it out loud, because yes, intuition is the language of that. Intuition is how we commune with the infinite, but intuition is just a point on the road. It is not the end goal. The end goal for me, for every single person that I have the opportunity to serve, is that they walk away knowing that they are God. And so I feel so excited and enlivened to kind of say that out loud. And I guess, to look at the places where I might be hiding, whereas it's safe to talk about intuition, but it's not safe to talk about God, for example. These are the things that have kind of gone through my mind. Am I going to be kind of marginalizing myself? Well, bugger it. It doesn't matter anymore. The words cannot stop coming out of my mouth. And every time I feel asked, or if someone says, what is it that you do? Is, well, I teach people to know that they're God. And if you've been doing my initiate program, you're probably laughing as well, because that's all we've been talking about the whole freaking time. Everything that I teach about the immutable laws, everything that was in Spiritually Fierce, all of it is leading to that point. And I guess that's the thing now, is just letting that be the deeper understanding of what I'm on this planet to do, and to give myself permission to just say it out loud. So I'm glad that you're loving it, because I am loving it. And it as I say, nothing actually changes. It's simply that I am just giving myself that permission to see the evolution of my own journey. And of course, we can only take people as far as we have gone. And when we evolve, our mission and our purpose is going to evolve, and ultimately that is the way it's meant to be. So if you are in the middle of a transition right now, we've just been released from the clutches of Scorpio. We've been, I'm learning all from Melinda, beautiful master Melinda, about the astro weather that's been going on right now, and the galactic center, and all this amazing juicy stuff that's helped me understand the power and potency of the last few months for me, which have been an initiation. And oh my God, that initiation was not the one I would have chosen, but it's the one that I got, and I walked it, and I am through the other side, and I am feeling the blessed relief that comes when you have gone through an initiation, an energetic initiation, and emerged out the other side, and it's just magnificent to be here. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of change in what you believe your purpose is, because it's absolutely appropriate that it evolves and it grows, and that is just evidence of your own evolution. You know, that's the whole freaking point. And if you're ever trying to lock anything down, you know, there's a good chance the universe is going to come along and shake things up, because change is inevitable. And it is our job simply to allow ourselves to become what the infinite wants us to be. You know, visionary intuition is allowing the infinite to birth through me that which it wants me to be the hands and feet of in the world. Use me. What is it that you will have me do? What will you have me say? And I want to just complete this little mini masterclass on being unafraid to see that evolution with the healer's prayer from A Course in Miracles, because this prayer is it. This prayer is the measure of how I see my success each day. How willing was I to follow the instructions, the very clear instructions in this prayer? And if I review my day and I see the places where I was clutching or holding or trying to you know, do things my own way and to ignore the infinite moving through me, then this prayer course corrects me. So if you are able to join me now, and invite you to do so, to close down your eyes, and if not, just listen wherever you are. Let us pray. Taking a deep breath in, letting it go, letting yourself drop into your body, into your magnificent intuitive intelligence center, in the center of your chest. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to represent He who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, for He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. And so it is. I'm just taking a moment in that beautiful space that's created when we join our minds with the mind of God, to feel that natural expansion in the heart center that happens when we remember our true nature, which is infinite, unlimited consciousness. And to let yourself be filled up by that before you go back into your day, just taking another deep breath in, letting it go. And when you're ready, blinking open your eyes, knowing that you have just further deepened your holy communion with what you are, which is God. So thank you for letting me share that with you. I hope it was painfully obvious and you were like, yep, wasn't surprised at all. She's not going to go off and become a carpenter. She's just teaching people to know that they are God, and that is just kind of what I've been doing the whole time, but I guess I'm just making it more obvious. So I love you all very much, and today is Weekly Reading Wednesday, so please do stick around. Gabrielle Rose, my third level priestess, is the official reader this week. If you haven't done so already, please choose one of her joyful Christmas decorations for your reading. This beautiful soul has such a powerful heart connection. This reading is going to be mind-blowing, undoubtedly, no pressure. And if you have any questions for me, please just drop them into the comments here. I will be doing my very best to go live more often. We're now on summer holidays. The Institute is on its summer break, so I have more time for this glorious tribe, and so much to say, so much to share, and so much I want to hear from you. I love you like Christmas.